Hello everyone, and welcome to another Cartoon Galaxy rant. I'm Mars Moon, and I like to rant about cartoons. So, there is a new trailer that has just been released for the Shrek 5 film that nobody asked for. Yay! So, I actually had talked about the teaser trailer that was out way back. If you are interested in listening to that, I'll leave a link in the description below. But a lot of my feelings about this new trailer, the thoughts from the teaser still stands. There's really, I haven't been changed in my opinion whatsoever about this movie. I still think it's going to either be bad or mediocre, but it's not going to be good. But I want to explain why. I know a lot of people have been bashing on this trailer, and rightfully so. I can completely understand. And I want to discuss that by breaking down this trailer for you. But before I do, just a quick reminder to please like and subscribe. It really does help the channel out. And for those of you who have been following me and supporting the channel and Cartoon Galaxy Rant, thank you so much. This channel and Cartoon Galaxy Rant would be nothing without you. Also, I do have a Patreon. If you like my stuff on the channel, which is not just Cartoon Galaxy Rants, but is also animations that I make as well, you could find those on my Patreon, as well as some behind the scenes stuff. As we all know, YouTube is not the greatest for supporting its content creators, so supporting me on Patreon really does help a lot. All right. Back to the video. So, to really understand what we're looking at, let me just briefly summarize this trailer. You could watch it on your own. It's on YouTube. It's everywhere. But just to summarize it real quick, it basically shows Shrek, Fiona, their two sons, and Donkey about to go on some new adventure. And eventually it ends with them in prison. And that's pretty much it. Now, there is another character as well. She had showed up in the teaser trailer, the first trailer that was out way back. She is supposed to be Shrek and Fiona's daughter, voiced by Zendaya. And originally, my concerns was that there would just be focus on her and not the other two children, the two boys. But I was very happy to see that the boys showed up in this new trailer. Though, we didn't get to hear them talk or anything, which was interesting. We just kind of saw them making expressions and blah. Briefly, we saw them. And we could assume that this trailer is trying to give a little dose of what the movie is about. Now, to my understanding, I think the movie, or maybe these are theories about what the movie is supposed to be about, but I think it has something to do with the daughter running away. And that is perhaps why the two sons and Shrek and Fiona and Donkey go on this adventure. It's not for some rando reason. It's because I believe they are looking for her, thus the reason why she is absent in this trailer. So that's what I can assume we're looking at. But let's not focus too much on the story behind this. I think we kind of got that idea. That's not why people are upset. That's not why even I'm iffy about this movie. It really has more to do, I think, with the design of this film and just some other factors, again, that I am going to talk about. But first, I want to actually just touch upon the design. I talked about it in my other video. I am going to just briefly explain what I talked about, but also some additional things that I noticed now that we have a longer trailer with more information, more detail. So one of the things that I really did not like about the design for this is that they make the characters look a little bit more cartoony and bright and cartoony compared to the original. The original I mean, not to say that the characters didn't look, goofy in their own way. They were definitely, not super realistic, but based off of the textures and the gritty nature of everything, the clothes, the skin tone, the environment, it did look like it was kind of stemming on this very realistic look, but with this also kind of cartoony factor involved. This new Shrek seems to just focus more on a cartoony look. Again, with the bright colors, the less gritty nature of it, the textures not being as vibrant or as noticeable as in the original Shrek. And that's what I feel made the original Shrek really nice to look at, because it was different and it was, the style was just amazing in my opinion, and they just took that away in this Shrek 5 film. Also, looking at Shrek and Donkey most particularly, I noticed that they changed their appearance a little bit, and I am not very fond of it. Now, I think a lot of people have pointed out Donkey a lot, and yes, he does look different. I couldn't put my finger on it, but I know one of the things that's very different about him is his hair for some reason. In the original, the hair was a little darker, a little more neater, I suppose. I don't know. In the newer one, his hair looks like it's all over the place on the top of his head. It is lighter, but I guess we could assume maybe because he's older, so that's fine. But yeah, his hair just looks weird. I don't know why at times I'm like, does he have like a mohawk or something? It just looks odd to me. But Shrek is the one that actually looks weirder, in my opinion. And it's one of those things where it's like you look, but you can't figure what is it? What is off about this character? So I took some screen caps and I compared them to screen caps from the original. And I think I might have an idea of why he looks weird. First off, his hands, I don't know, it's either the motion of his hands in the animation are odd, but also, I don't know if his hands are a bit bigger. I know he had big hands in the original, but they look even bigger, which kind of goes into this thing where he looks almost very disproportionate. Not to say in the original he wasn't a little disproportionate in a way. I mean, you're talking about a character from his head down to his torso is huge, and he has these kind of smaller legs supporting that big gut and everything. But it wasn't extreme. It worked. It looked fine because he's an ogre. But for some reason in this, he looks even more disproportionate than he did in the original. The other thing I noticed is that his face is off. So I don't know if in the teaser trailer they showed a side profile of his face at all. I can't recall. Maybe they did. But we get a little bit more side profiles of him in this. And I noticed his nose is off. So in the original, his nose actually is a bit higher up on his face. And although it's wide, it's closer to his face. It's not long. It's not elongated at all. But for some reason, in this newer design of Shrek, his nose looks a lot more elongated. It looks lower on his face than in the original. Now, I know you're going to say oh my gosh, you're just being such a stickler. But to be honest, if you're going to make a Shrek movie, at least get the character designs right, or at least somewhat closer to what the original is. I mean, how do you get the nose wrong and the proportions wrong? I mean, what the hell are you doing? So yeah, these are just some of the little things that bothered me in relation to the design. Outside of the design, I want to touch upon some of the other bits and pieces of this trailer. First off, I don't know what the they did to the gingerbread man, but they gave him a badonkadonk with gumdrops, and he's twerking, and he has two hooker gingerbread ladies next to him, because it's for kids. Obviously, because when you watch the original trailer, they literally have it set for kids. The comments are off, which is a thing they do when they're advertising things for kids. So yeah, hooker gingerbread ladies. Way to go, movie. And then also we have a snowman that I think was supposed to be a spoof of Olaf from Frozen. And he's just creepy. I mean, don't get me wrong. Olaf, in my personal opinion, has always been pretty creepy. But I didn't think they could up the creep ante with that snowman. And they did. And it just doesn't fit right with this whole freaking film and world. It's just stupid. And Donkey. I have to go back to Donkey again. This time not with his design, but how he is portrayed in this film. Or at least in this trailer. So we know Donkey can be a bit irritating, at least to Shrek, because Donkey is very eccentric, he's very energetic, he likes to talk a lot, which is fitting for a donkey that has the ability to talk. He just won't shut up. Usually when we're watching it as viewers, we kind of find it entertaining and endearing because we know Donkey means well, and it's also just funny because he's just irritating Shrek. You know, we're just looking at like, oh, there he goes, irritating Shrek again. Go Donkey! But for some reason in the trailer, his consistent talking and his consistent singing and all of that is actually irritating for a viewer. And you kind of get to this point where you understand Shrek. You're just like, I feel for you, bro. And that, I don't think, is what the intention was. You're supposed to kind of like find Donkey entertaining, not annoying. And I think the reason why he's very irritating in this trailer is because all we hear is him in the entirety of the trailer. We hear Shrek a few times telling him to stop, but for the most part, we just keep hearing Donkey, and we're just like, shut up. And on top of the fact that you hear him babbling on side by side with twerking gingerbread men and creepy Olaf snowmen, I feel like when they made this trailer, the intent was, oh, we're going to add all these comedic elements to it because that's what people like, because that's what Shrek is. But they threw so much of it at you at once in this thing that it actually was overwhelming and irritating, and it makes you really not want to watch this piece of crap movie that they're going to come out with. Well, anyway, let me know what you guys think. I'm sure you have seen the trailer as well, and if you haven't, check it out if you dare. As always, it was a pleasure. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching. Take care and peace out.